When we say Christ is the end of the law, when we say God is no longer counting sins against us, when we say we are no longer under the law, when we say God nailed the law to the cross, when we say God is no longer putting conditions between us and himself because of Jesus' sacrifice, one of the questions people say, or one of the verses of the scripture people raise, is Matthew chapter 5, where Jesus says, do not think I have come to destroy the law or the prophet. I have come to fulfill it. Now, what is fulfilled? The purpose to which something was given. God says the law is our schoolmaster to lead us to Christ. Now that we've gotten to Christ, the law has no more for purpose. The law has fulfilled its purpose. If the law ended before it met Christ, it would have not fulfilled its purpose. But the law met Christ, and that is the fulfillment of its purpose. What is its purpose? It promises life. It promises this and that. Christ brought those lives. Christ brought those righteousness. Peter said, all that we know our forefathers could not bear, let's not tempt God by putting it on these people. Verse 18, Jesus says, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till it is fulfilled. It will not pass till what? It is fulfilled. When is it permitted to pass? When it is fulfilled. It is only allowed to pass if it passes and is not fulfilled. That is wrong, according to Jesus. And Jesus is the fulfillment of the law. Let's continue. Whosoever therefore shall break one of the least of these commandments, and shall teach men to do so, shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, and shall teach men to do so, shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. If we are to take this scripture as far, we should teach people to keep the law. What about Jesus that broke the law? He took the disciples out to pick fruit on the Sabbath day in a farm that was not his own. But it was the fulfillment of the law. A simple example. I have a child with me. I am here with the child. I want the child to be handed over to his mother in Ebonyi State. Right? But I can't go to Ebonyi State. So I find a friend that is going to Ebonyi State. And I give the child that friend. And I said, take this child, please. Let me take this child and hand the child to his mother in Ebonyi State. That child is not permitted to leave that guardian till that child gets to Ebonyi State. The guardian is not permitted to leave that child till the guardian gets to Ebonyi State and hand that child over to the mother. So for the time of their travel, if the guardian tells the child to do something, and someone else comes from somewhere and tells the child, don't do this, that person is against that child and the instruction that is given and the fulfillment of that guardian's purpose. Do you understand? If that child, the guardian is talking to him and is not listening, while in that journey, that child will never get to meet the mother. And that is why the law cannot pass until it is fulfilled. But immediately that guardian gets to Ebonyi State and hand over the child to the mother, what is that guardian still doing? Imagine if that guardian wants to be unreasonable or unwise or unfortunate, whichever one he chooses to pick. And he gets to Ebonyi State, and after handing it over to the mother, he now holds the child in the second hand. The mother is trying to, oh yeah, let's go home now. She's carrying the child somewhere else. You see why you can't give a believer the law? A believer is not under the law. Verse 20, it says, for I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall by no means enter the kingdom of heaven. If your righteousness does not exceed the righteousness that comes by the law, you are not in heaven. The only righteousness that can exceed the righteousness that comes by the law is the righteousness of God.